Rogério, can you introduce yourself, please, man?
Well, okay. Well, thank you. And guys, it's good. It's very good to see you all again after a long time. Well, I'm Rogério. I'm 43. I live in Cosmópolis, São Paulo. I'm married. I have two kids, and I work as a manufacturing analyst. And it's a pleasure to be here, guys, again, because I just signed a plan here on TNT, and now you guys are going to see me here in this place often again. Okay, thank you.
Welcome back, Rogério. Please, Wanda, can you introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Wanda. I'm from Niterói, Rio de Janeiro. I have two sons, two daughters-in-law. I have two cats too. I'm a dancer. I'm a scuba dive too. It's that. And today is really cold here.
It is. I don't know why, but it is. It's really cold here. I don't know what happened to what is happening to here, but it's getting really cold. What about you, Fern?
Yeah, I live as well in Rio de Janeiro, but region mountain, Nova Friburgo. Nowadays so very cold. I hate cold because my my hometown is Maceió. I love Maceió. Maceió have sun all the year. I'm here now. I got for 5 months in Malta. I returned to Brazil recently. I missed you a lot now. About you, about the talk, Charlie, the people there, so very wonderful friends. Okay, yeah, I love so much practice speaking English because English you need to practice. Never enough to practice English, because sometimes you learn something new. It's amazing. When you have the opportunity to practice English like this platform, it's amazing.
Thank you so much, Fern. Claudia, please introduce yourself.
So I'm Claudia. Nice to meet you guys, and I'm 35 years old. I'm from Rio de Janeiro, but now I'm living in Estonia, near to war. So I live here. Arrived here. I arrived here 6 months ago. I'm a psychologist, and I have a challenge for learn to English, because in Estonia it's not a first language; it's a third language. I have Estonian and Russian. But in English, it's possible to work and live and a good life in here. And I think is that it. It's difficult to adapt in a new country, a new culture, but I think it's important and have these moments for practice.
Awesome. Nice to meet you. And I really hope that you like our conversation, and I really hope that it helps you. And let's start talking, guys. First, I want to tell you a little bit about this topic. The topic today is I don't want to be an ant. And I brought the same topic last week. Fern was here with us, and I brought the same topic. The difference is that we couldn't talk everything in the question, everything that was written in the questions. And people told me to bring this topic again because they liked, and we couldn't talk everything. So I brought this topic here, and I did a little bit some changes, but I hope you like. So let's start. I put some questions here that are the same that I put before, just to remind what we were talking about. So I will skip the first one. We can talk the first one during the conversation, and I will go to the number 2. And I want just to tell you that these questions are just a guide. Okay, you can ask what you want. It's a conversation. You can just ask what you want. Of course, being respectful. And they are just a guide. You don't need to answer all of them in this order. Okay, so let's see. Charles, what do you think that make us different from each other?
Everything, your cell, your DNA, everything make us different. Actually, in my point of view, we are unique. I think it's my answer. I don't have too much for add, because yeah, this question I don't think I need to elaborate more things for talk. It's only this. Everyone is unique. Yeah, that's it. I can choose another, or you choose?
You can go on.
All
You
right,
can choose.
Wanda, can you share your thoughts with us?
I totally agree with you. I think it's the same here. We are unique in the world, and we'll need to know about this. And we are so important for God and for the society because we are unique. Yeah. And now, Claudia, how about you?
I think that the same. I think it's a point. It's an important point. Different people is values. I think it's a particular characteristic. I don't know. I have values and you have the same or different values, and this is make me different from you, and I think is so. Rogério, do you want to?
Okay. Mhm. Well, guys, basically, I agree with you. I mean, I think we are different from each other because, well, we are this way. I mean, we have people who like for example, who like coffee, and others like tea. Uh, some people like to watch movies, others like to watch football. I think it makes us different from each other, without a shot of doubt. I mean, we everyone has their own tastes, and it makes us different from each other without a shot of doubt. Okay. uh well, do I have to choose someone, or everyone answered?
Yeah, the only one that didn't answer was Fern and me, but I can go after him.
Okay, go ahead.
Fern, are you there? You're muted.
Oh, guys,
Yes.
my connection is so very bad. I can't understand anything. But what the question? Question number 2?
Yes.
Yeah. I think everyone's so very different. The people, it's so very complicated to find out someone equal another person. Different way to think, different way to be. It's so, but I think human being have something in common. Everyone um, looking for the happiness. For me, it's a good target. All the human being try to achieve. If, like me, recently I realize I'm not a body, but I'm a consciousness eternal. Like I feel like this. My consciousness, it's something eternal. Sometimes I think about the situation. Oh my gosh, um, uh, doesn't matter everything I I do all the in this time in how my life because I drive I truck dive I'm public work I'm a athlete I did a lot of things in my life but all the thing I bring uh, to to be in my life it's someone it's happiness I looking for all the time for the comfort zone my uh, uh, my health mental health yeah, it is I looking for something like love uh, peace is I think everyone it's so very different, man. It's amazing thing.
Definitely, I agree with you all, but I will go kind of deeper in this in my answer. I would say that what makes us different are our experiences. I have the philosophy in my life that everything that I ever lived, that I ever experienced, built who I am today, built the present Bia. So I would definitely say the of uh, of each other makes us different. Guys, if I forgot to say that if you want to comment something that the other person said, you can just go. As I said in the beginning, being respectful, but you can just say if you want to comment something, okay?
I would like to comment something that Wanda said, and I think so crazy. Scuba Drive tell us about this. It's so amazing. I like skydive, and I would like to try someday. Yeah, good.
It's good. It's so good experience to dive with the sharks. Sharks is amazing animal.
Awesome. So I will go to the question number 3, okay? The question number 3 is it possible the girl, if I'm not mistaken, the girl or the boy, I think it was the girl in the video, she said about automatic pilot, how we just pass by people and we don't actually care. It's just a random person passing by us, and we just don't have the consciousness, as Fern said, the consciousness that the problems of this person, or what makes this person happy, or why is this person passing in that street. So sometimes we just live in automatic pilot. We don't actually pay attention on things. We don't actually live. So is it possible to live in automatic pilot? And if you are living like that in this moment, Rogério.
Well, Bia, in my opinion, I believe some people can live this way for sure. But in my case, it's impossible. I mean, because I have teenagers growing up in my home, and I have to pay attention in everything what they are doing, because teenagers sometimes they like to do crazy things. And yeah, for me it's impossible to live in a autopilot. And but I believe that we have people living this way, not pay attention what's going on around them. They are so addicted in social media, in their routines, and they don't pay attention what's going on around them. And yeah, I believe some people live this way. Okay, Charles, can you answer?
Yeah, man, I will follow you. I cannot live in output because I need to take care of the others, two daughters and one beautiful wife. Maybe she take care of me more than I take care of her, but yeah, that's it. I spend my entire life working in one dynamic area. Agriculture don't allow you work in the autopilot mode because it's a dynamic area. But yeah, I think have many or too much. I have problem with just too much. Main don't matter. Person in big cities like São Paulo, like Brasilia, where I was born, that they live in autopilot mode. I have my brother-in-law, I guess, my brothers. I have two brothers, and they live one crazy city life. I don't, I cannot mention what is pilot mode, but yeah, they don't have too much vacancy and vacation. Thank you. And yeah, and they wake up 5 a.m. and they come back to home almost 10 p.m. Yeah, it's a crazy life for me. But that's it. It's totally possible, and many people live in this way.
It is really good when you have a dynamic work like yours, or something that like shakes you, makes you move, because sometimes we just wake up, go to work, come back home and sleep, and wake up, go to work, and so on. What about you, Wanda?
Yeah, I agree with all of you. And it's totally possible to live in automatic pilot, but in a few years or a few times, they get depressed, they start getting boring, and then get depressed, and it's worse because they getting deeply depressed, because we need so much, like a human being, stay in contact, feel a hug is so important to soul by soul in a hug. I think it's totally necessary we get in touch with each other like a human being, not like an ant. And for me, it's impossible because I love talking, I love hugs, I love nature, I love sharks. I love many things, and I need to know about me like a human being. And you, Fern?
Yeah, yeah, Wanda. I think it's so very possible for most of the person live in automatic pilot. But in my case, to be honest, I think impossible for me because I like so much all the time think about everything. But on the other hand, it's I think as well it's impossible for most of the guys live like mindfulness all the time, you know, because the people live in this way like mindfulness. It's so very hard, you know, all the time to think about everything that happen in our life. But sometimes you need to turn on the bottom of the pilot, automatic pilot. For example, I wash the dish, I cook, I take a shower. Sometimes it's something happen this way, automatic in your life. You know? But I think the big problem, the most of the guys live in this time, you know, at the time, it's put in automatic pilot. You try to live your life without consciousness about everything. You know? It's so very sometimes it's so very comfortable, you know, for the guys live this way. You need to you need you don't need to think about everything, you know. Like Zeca Pagodinho, né? Live me life all the time. Yeah, so, but I think the your thought, it's like something a big gift God offered for us. I think this. And you, Bia, Cláudia, né? Cláudia.
Okay. So I think I lived in automatic pilot for some years because when you work in corporate world it's so common, and the weeks go by and you don't notice, and you don't know. Monday and Tuesday are a new Monday and a new Monday and a new Monday, and when you saw it's the year it's finished. And I think it's important to I don't know, have pay attention with your health and with your family and with your all people, and because the life it's very short, I think.
Yeah, and I am living automatic pilot. I am trying to get out of it, but I am definitely living like that. I wake up, go to work, and come back home, and then I eat, and then I sleep, and then I start over. But it is really hard to get out of it because when you're not living in the automatic pilot because you want, you're living like that because it became your comfort zone. So getting out of your comfort zone, it's really hard. You start to, I forgot this word, but you start to like denying things. The word that I'm looking for is when you, what's funny is that last week I forgot the same word, but excuses. When you live like that, you start to find excuses for everything. A friend called you to hang out, and you, oh no, I have to work tomorrow, late, and no, and you start to do that more and more and more, and then you are just working and sleeping. Everything that you do is like that. But it's really hard to get out of automatic pilot. But I am trying, and I will.
And
I
you
will.
get depressed, Bia.
What?
You get depressed after
I
time.
Yeah, actually now I am okay, but I have already been depressed. Yes,
Yeah.
it's really, but yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
Let me see. I will skip the number 4, and I go to the number 5. Let's read that. The girl in the video says, "I don't want to be an ant. I want real human moments." How do you guys feel about this sentence of the girl? Do you think that sometimes we just forget our humanity or something like that? What do you guys think about it? Think about this phrase of the girl. I don't want to be an ant. I want to human moments. And who wants to answer first? Because I know that this one is hard, so I won't choose anybody. Who wants to answer first?
I can answer this question because I live nowadays in Calgary, and my first impression here, it's exactly this. Here, anyone like to interact with anyone, and I used to say here we don't need English for live, because we don't use English here, because it's not like Brazil. Brazil, the people, it's caliente, it's hot. Everyone like to have a quickly chat, and we can on the bus station we can start talking, maybe make some friends. Here it's different. Here it's people here are cold, and we cannot interact with anyone. And it's like in the video here, everyone say sorry for everything. All right, the guy passed for you 1 meter and sorry, and only this. And but they don't develop one conversation because they are so shy. If you ask something, they don't give good answers. And yeah, it's a code. I'm an outgoing guy, and I like to talk. I like to interact, and for me, it's difficult here. It's like the video. It's exactly in the video. Everyone here, it's so polite. It's so organized. Everything here it's organized, but you don't need English for live here. You only can come and start your life, all right? That's it. I think it's a good experience, a good idea about this.
And for you, Charles, it's a hard time because you are so kind and so human for your daughter.
My family is still in Brazil yet.
Ah,
I come first for arrange the things here.
oh,
So for my dogs, it's worse because my dogs they are like me. They are so expensive. I don't know it's work. It's good or bad, but I'm a little bit expensive. I like to talk. I like to interact. I like Brazil. Brazil, we are a hot person. We like to talk. Here it's cold, but it's okay.
yeah.
I'm a old man. I know I can manage this well, and I have another platform like here, like with my wife, and we are talk all the time. But it's my impression, and I think it's everything here. It's terrible cold. There, yeah, that's it.
And who wants to answer now? I won't pick names more because I know that it's hard this way.
Yeah, it's hard to stay in a cold place or in a cold moment of life because I think it is so hard to stay in automatic. You need so much to get uh, oh less a pet to interact. It's totally hard to live like the girl. You start the day with a alarm sound and do many things and get home to sleep. It's not a real life. It's not a real life. It's terrible. Another one.
Okay. Okay, guys. Well, I just read this question and I agree. I totally agree. I mean, uh, to not to be a ant, you need to be empathetic, with others. For example, uh, we have this terrible thing happening in Europe right now, the war between Russia and Ukraine. And guys, we don't see anyone talk about it anymore. People is still dying there, and well, that's not my problem. I don't care. I don't care at all. Not my problem. And you need to be empathetic to be a human being. For example, homeless people, we don't think what they are going to eat in the night, and it's not my problem. I don't care. It's not my problem. I have nothing to do with that. And I think we need to change our way because to be a human being, you have to be empathetic with others. I mean, actually, we are totally the opposite nowadays because we don't care. We just don't care. For example, we are living here in Brazil in election days in a few days. And do you think these people care about you? Do you really believe that? It's crazy. It's insane. These politicians, they just think about themselves. They just want your vote, and they don't care about us at all. And yeah, to be a human being, you need to be empathetic. It's a good way to start. Okay. uh Claudia, did you answer?
Oh, I think in my opinion, my opinion it's similar to Charlie's because I live in other country, and here the people is so cold. It's so polite. It's so educated, but so cold, and it's very different when you meet other or Brazilian or I don't know, Argentinos or whatever. And I agree with Rogério. because now it's the word it's so crazy, and I live very near to war, and I meet some Ukrainians and Russians, and I have Russian friends, and he doesn't agree with Putin, and he hated Putin, and it's very complicated situation here, and it's and the politics in Brazil, we don't care. He don't care about, and so I think it's important when you have a good support in your family, in your children and or parents, because I think the rest of the world it's very difficult at the moment.
Yeah, today we live in a huge moment, a crazy moment. When it started the pandemic, all the people think, oh, the humanity becoming better than the passage of the pandemic. But the pandemic is over, maybe. But
It's all the same.
Yeah, but the humanity get worse. Why Putin get this war? For what? Oh my gosh, why many familiars, many parents fight for politicians? Why? We need love, we need peace, you need hugs. Yeah,
Yeah,
great
Wanda.
time.
Wanda, I agree with you. Sometimes it's so very, nowadays in Brazil, it's so very hard, the relationship with human being, because I lived in Brazil a long time. I never have seen something like this. The people hate a lot. But for instance, I had experience in another country. I lived in India. It's impossible for you live in India, don't touch another person because it's so very crowded. The people, the India, it's so very crowded country. On the other hand, when I lived in Europe, Spain, you have another culture. It depends on the culture. Culture. The people so more close to you. Sometimes it's so very far. It depends on the culture of country. For instance, have different place in Spain. I remember when I lived in Spain, I lived in neighborhood called University, but I lived in the building of the Fanat School. The people Fanat School have a great of mind. And I remember every single Friday the people had a great happy hour. The people play music, dance. But in Portugal, it's so completely different because they have a lot. I feel in Portugal something like, oh my gosh, I forgot the word. Xenophobia. Yeah. But in Galicia, it's a place get in borderline both countries, Portugal and Spain. The people speak another language, Gallego. Sometimes I can understand more Gallego than Portuguese from Portugal, because Gallego is so very soft language. I can understand more because I remember I befriended a guys from Portugal. Sometimes the guys when they speak with me, I can't. I have impression I can't stand the guys. Ah, what? Because speak another language, another intonation, another rhythm, use different idiom expression. So everything it's so very important for you make a, a great relationship um, if you in between the women people, né? Women being. E a lot think important, né? For instance, in Brazil nowadays, my God, né? It's so very complicated to walking down in the street with the use some corn, color. If you use yellow, it's bad. If you use red, it's so very complicated. Oh my gosh. I sometimes I have impression I can recognize my my country, because I never ever seen something like this, because hate from the politics. Oh my gosh, it's so very bad. Brazil is amazing country. Oh my gosh, have some all the year in some part of the scout like Northeast.
Yeah, I think that we all agree that the word is sick, right? The world is getting crazy. People are getting crazy. People are forgetting their humanity and leaving automatic pilot everybody. I think that the world itself, the society itself is it is acting like the video. Unfortunately, we are forgetting that we are all humans, and everybody deserves respect. Everybody deserves love. Unfortunately, the world is sick. And I want to ask you just one last question. That is number 9. I want to know if you guys think that internet influenced in everything that we are living. Like people are maybe too many information that we receive through internet, and when we are face to face to someone, we just can act like what can I say? We are just, as I said before, we just forgetting our humanity, our relationships, and if the internet have someone have some kind of influence on that, what do you guys think? I cannot ask everybody to answer this question because of the time, but who wants to answer this question?
Ladies first. The rules.
So,
I think it worth the automatic pilot. We live with the internet in a fake life, because they put in internet a big smile and get depressed and take 100 photos. This one I am beautiful. Then I put this face. When I get the mirror, oh, I'm not like that. Oh, I get depressed. And it's more crazy than everything. You live another life, not the real life. Yeah, it's my point of view.
Who else wants to say? Claudia, you?
Yeah, I think it's important to appreciate the good and bad points, but because it's a new generation, it's a new technologies and new possibilities, and this is a good points and bad points. So, but in general, I think it is, for me, I think I know I'm a young person, but in my case, I think it's too much. And I have some difficulties to understand the behavior this type of people, and I don't know if it's a real life. I have some questions. Oh, but it's difficult. But I think it's difficult to judge.
Definitely, I agree with you. And we don't have more time to continue this question, but
Time flies.
What?
Time flies.
Like a rocket.
Mainly in topics like that, I love to talk about things like that. I really
humanity.
World, about people. I really like.
Feelings.
Yeah. And just to explain a little bit to Claudia, it's not every time that we have deep conversations like that. Sometimes we just talk, I don't know, about food, about pets. You know, we have different topics because we are different hosts and hostess. That are the person who leads the conversation. In this case, it was me. And we are different, so we have different topics. And you are more than welcome to come to the other ones. And I really hope you liked our conversation. And you did a really great job. So please don't be insecure saying that you don't know English is enough. Of course, it's enough. And we are here to practice. Okay, so we are here to improve our English. Everybody here are here because of that. And that's it. I want to know from you, how was this experience of being here 1 hour talking just in English, in a hard topic? I know that this one is a hard topic. Please tell us.
Oh, I think it's great. I didn't have some expectation because I don't. I have so a little shame and insecurity, but I like this type of class.
Awesome.
Claudia, you are amazing, Claudia. You are amazing. Very wonderful. I really appreciate it. Meet you.
Okay, thank you.
Please keep coming, and the others, I hope you guys like it, this topic too, but we don't have time to keep talking, unfortunately. But we have the link in the chat. The link, the others already know, but just to explain to Claudia, it's just like a feedback. You click in this link and you say, oh, I like this conversation because of that, or I didn't like this conversation because of that. And you can also suggest some topics. For example, you can put there, next week I want to talk about pets, as I said, or food, as I said. So you can suggest topics. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure to be with you all. See you next week.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you,
Bye bye.